Here we are at the Sprinkler Factory. It's February the 7th, 2015. This is 508, a show about Worcester, and today we're looking at the Making Our Mark art exhibit. It's cold outside, even my mouth is numb today. This is a show. Hi guys,
Hi.
Introduce yourselves please.
I'm Keri Anderson.
I'm Cory Shepherd.
Thanks for being on the show, guys. What is this? What is the show about here at the Sprinkler Factory this month?
Well, we're putting together Worcester Public educators, art educators that teach in Worcester Public Schools, and they're showing their art.
So all of this at this opening, all this art is by Worcester Public School teachers, art teachers. That's terrific. Can we walk around and look at some stuff?
Absolutely.
What? Where do you want to start? You want to start with yours? You have some stuff over here.
I'm honored.
We'll move around this way. Yeah. May Street School, education theme.
Yep, that's right, an education theme. Well, this is a great honor for me to be commissioned by the school that I work at, the elementary school, May Street School here in Worcester. And the principal, Luke Roberts, had a great idea to visually communicate to the kids sort of what we're going for in starting them off on the right foot, getting them excited about their life and education.
So this is why it says the road to career and road to college and career starts here.
Exactly, and that's kind of the idea that we want to instill in the kids at the early age, right at kindergarten level, right through 6th grade. So hopefully, this will stimulate their minds and give them something interesting to look at, and maybe inspire some young artists.
Well, we're going to show people this too. Over here, fireworks, pretty nice.
Thank you. So that sort of represents the future, the hopeful future that we all share.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Who else's art can we look at?
So next we have a work by Benotti. And he's an extraordinary artist at Burncoat High School. And he's been painting for many years. So we have an abstract portrait by him here, as well as another abstract piece based on the spiral motif.
This is nice. Here you go. There's a lot of good stuff here at the Sprinkler Factory this month.
There really is. Yeah.
Let's move around you want to move around the way here and try to find some other artists. Here we have
So we have another work by Mr. Benotti here. He's a huge fan of the band Pearl Jam.
Awesome. Yep. This is like a mixed media thing, as you see.
And who's next? Some great works by Roger. They look like done with marker, and one painting painted in acrylic paint. So you really see the diversity of the artists that we have working in the city.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. Let's keep moving around here. How did you, tell me, did you have an artistic upbringing?
Oh, certainly, yeah. My father's an architect, so I spent my childhood looking over his shoulder, and I always knew that art was the thing for me. So, never look back.
Wow. Who else, can we talk to some of the other artists here? Do we have any?
Certainly. Let's see if I can find one handy.
Grab somebody and I'll introduce myself.
Actually,
we have so many people.
They must be hiding.
And so much stuff. All right, well, we can keep wandering around and looking at stuff.
Yeah, we'll stumble across one soon.
What do we have next here?
So here we have some works by Joe Di Gregorio, and he makes these wonderful multimedia pieces. Koi fish is watercolor and collage. I think he's a specialist in that area.
Okay.
As well as an incredibly kind person and a great teacher.
Cool. This is a nice show. How did this show come about?
How did it come about? Well, I think the teachers agreed that we were hoping for an opportunity to kind of show the other side of us. We're all unified by our love for children and for education, but it's the love for art that we share that sometimes doesn't get put out there because we're so busy teaching. So we brainstormed this idea to have a show that we just exhibit what we do when we're not teaching, and that's how this sort of came to be.
Deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. We need to find some other teachers here as we're wandering around too, besides just looking at people's art. Here's some more.
So Fran Warner is an incredible artist, as you can see from the quality of his works. Mostly done in oil, I believe. And he has a long, beautiful career. And that's actually a picture, a self-portrait of him.
Very nice. Very nice. There's some more Fran Warner stuff through here.
And these stunningly subtle and beautiful works are done by our leader, Timmery Leary. She's the head of the art department in Worcester, the arts liaison. And she does these wonderful mixed media pieces that really kind of show her personality, I think. It's kind of a quiet but very perceptive person.
These are very quiet. I don't even know if this is going to really show up.
Oh yeah,
some of the colors.
Which would be a success, I suppose.
I guess so. Only in person can you see this art.
Right. I do have one of the artists here. Maybe I can introduce you to.
Great.
Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
If not,
Could I ask you some questions about yourself and this art here?
Sure.
Could you introduce yourself to the people at home?
My name is
Stacy Lord, and I teach over at Worcester East Middle School.
And do you have stuff that's in this show here?
I do. I have some sculptural work, assemblage work.
Where is it?
The wooden pieces.
Can we walk over and look at it?
Sure.
Huh. So these are a bunch of dowels.
There are a bunch of dowels that you can actually interact with the way that I made these, so you can actually figure out which ones. The series is called Stacked.
Oh, so some of them
Some of them are
are
stuck.
glued.
Yep.
This
and
looks
some
like
of
it
them are
moves, but it
not.
doesn't.
Yep. So they're actually interactive pieces, letting the viewer actually become part of the art making process here. So as you play with it,
It just gets moved around.
they get moved around, and then the look changes.
Pretty nice.
So,
This is another one over here.
yes.
Is this a similar thing where people can touch this?
Yep.
Be gentle.
Be gentle. Yes, they're not, not a toy, but they did last my classroom. I teach middle school, and I had them out, and the kids would play with them.
This is
You know,
terrific.
so
Let me ask you, whenever people are starting off teaching art, what kind of advice would you give them?
perseverance,
Okay.
creativity, and have a sense of humor.
Okay.
Your first year teaching is always going to be tough. It's the toughest year there is, but don't give up. I think I cried my entire first year when I was teaching because they don't prepare you for, everything that you get hit with in the classroom with the students' attitudes and behavior and stuff like that. So I would just say, now then again, I'm talking 12 years ago when I first started teaching, but, stick with it. It always gets better. And I've been where I am for 12 years and I wouldn't leave. Absolutely love it.
So you'd recommend it as a career choice for somebody?
Absolutely. Middle school, you're going to have to decide that on your own. Middle school is tough.
It does seem like it doesn't look a difficult age to be interacting with folks.
Yes. But I love it. Absolutely love it. So, and my kids get to experience this as well, my students.
This is pretty nifty. This seems like a really cool thing to be showing kids who are at a impressionable age too, because it's not. I don't know. There's a lot of wonderful ways to do art, and some of them are the ways that we assume are the ways, like the ones we see here,
arts.
and some are the ways that we do not think of as necessarily the ways, but which are also totally in the same game.
I use a lot of recycled materials. I have 3 big bags of this from the recycle center, and I take them out and we incorporate them and play with them as much as we
Working
can.
on all day long and all day night.
Yes, it is. This is what I've been working on.
She's been working day and night to do this.
That's right.
It looks very nice. It looks
Check
very.
this out.
Fantastic. Can you? I've lost my guide. Can you hand me off to some other exhibitor here?
I can do that. Let me find.
Do you want
Oh,
to see
there he
the
is over
side?
there.
I don't know if this guy has
Do
something
you
yet.
want to see
Well,
the side?
going to be interviewed.
Can I talk to you for cable access? Mike Benedetti.
Oh, Cable.
yeah.
How you doing, Mike?
Good, good. What's your name?
Fran Warner.
Fran, it's nice to meet you. We're just
to meet you.
taping a show, walking around, talking to people about their art here today. Could we go over and look at your stuff?
Yeah, my stuff is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right there.
Yeah. You want to walk over and just? I think we were looking at this earlier. You have a ton of stuff in this show.
No, 7. That's all.
I don't know. Compared to some people, maybe a ton of stuff.
I got a ton of stuff at home.
Uh-huh.
I brought a few things that show a diversity of my work.
Uh-huh.
I can't talk about it a lot. I mean, it speaks for itself, I hope.
That's one thing I always find talking to people about their art. There was a time when I thought you would talk to an artist and they were going to hand you this key to unlock something about the art, but the reality is it is what it is.
Each person will look at it and pull something out of it, unique and different for each person.
Yeah.
Oftentimes there's a universal theme that will appeal to everybody, and then you have a really successful piece, but otherwise there's something that is unique to me, it's part of me, and not everybody is able to tap into that in the way I intend, which maybe I'm not as successful an artist as I want to be, but I'm hoping that somebody will pull something unique out of maybe 1 or 2 of the pieces, not necessarily all.
I really like this one of you with the popcorn. It's very striking.
That's a social statement.
This is about going to the movies by yourself?
No,
Or actually, there's
it's
somebody.
the price of the popcorn.
There's somebody there. There's somebody there.
It says small popcorn, $5.75.
Oh, there it is.
So for me,
It's in the title.
that's a little outrageous.
So this
And they
is
seem to be getting smaller.
kind of a political work.
Yeah, I mean, it's social comment, showcase, no offense.
Just think about it, Showcase North. Think about it. It's terrific.
So,
Well,
but
thanks.
every once in a while I'll hit on something and it'll key off a focus for a piece of art.
That's terrific. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Can you hand me off to one of the other artists? I think
You met Michael Walden.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
One of my old teachers from
Oh.
Area College.
Fantastic. All right.
Cable news?
I'm Mike Benedetti. Can I talk to you for a
Mike and
couple
Mike.
minutes for cable TV?
Oh, sure.
Can we walk over to your art?
Okay. What kind of things are you going to ask me?
Well, I'm not going to edit this, so that's going to be in the show. You asking me that?
Oh.
I'm just gonna ask you to show me your art.
Okay. It's figurative work.
All right, so we got this guy up here. We got this guy's back. How did you choose these pieces to enter in the show?
It was very difficult. I have been in an MFA program in the last 2 years,
Okay.
and it was not easy to choose work that would be included in a public art education kind of show, because
Okay.
it's sort of, I don't know, not the stuff you would usually see in an art show like this, I guess.
Okay.
It might come off as being suggestive or something, but
More
it isn't
more
really.
nudity than these.
Yeah, they're not really. Oh, the other work?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
A little more suggestive, possibly. So it was difficult to decide.
Are you teaching art right now in Worcester schools?
I do, yes.
I'm always interested to know. I know people are teaching art, but people often talk about how they learn so much from their students or learn so much from the experience.
Yes.
I'm always interested to know what kinds of lessons people do learn from that.
I think that I teach elementary school art, and I guess the idea that the students are so open to learning,
Yeah.
I get a lot from that. They inspire me, and my students are they really want to learn, and they hang on to information that I give them. So I am finding that I need to keep finding more things to show them and to share with them. And I'm also finding that the exploration of contemporary art is helping me teach the lessons that I need to teach them better.
Really?
And that's, I've been teaching for a long time.
Yeah.
And when I was learning to be an art teacher, we were looking at modernist painters and early art. And we were not exposed to much contemporary work.
Okay.
And contemporary work now really sort of explores what we need to be teaching the kids beyond the elements and principles of art. I mean, in the world of art, knowing your colors is good, but it's not the be-all and end-all.
You mean contemporary art? Are you thinking about like Jeff Koons, or what do you think?
Well, I wouldn't say Jeff Koons, although I'm sure there's something we can learn from him.
Okay.
But there are things that I can use. I'm not real good at pulling names out of the air.
That's fine. That's fine.
But that somehow the kids can relate to more than they can to abstract expressionism or something like that. Even though it's very useful.
I can see that.
Yeah, my kids love Abex art for sure, which is crazy. They used to just like realistic stuff, and now they like abstract art. So that's okay with me.
That is funny. Well, thanks for talking to me about your
Thanks,
stuff here.
sure.
Could you hand me off to another exhibitor?
Yeah, let's see.
I'm just sort of, well,
This is Jay Benotti.
hi. I'm Mike Benedetti. I'm talking to people for Worcester Cable Access.
Oh, okay.
Could I talk to you about your art a little bit?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's fine.
Is over here? Where is it? Over here?
I'm over here.
Okay.
On my, like, my stuff is all there.
All right. So okay. So this Pearl Jam piece here.
Yes, it's a Pearl Jam piece. It's inspired by, I went to Europe and I followed them around.
Oh really?
Yeah, and music is a big part of my life with art, and I've been wanting to do some artwork that was focused around music. So these are from pictures that I took when I was in, this is from Amsterdam actually.
Okay.
And then I kind of combined, I do painting and I do printmaking, and I just kind of wanted to do something totally different and not work on canvas, just work with just multiple materials together and put it all. And this is what happened.
Cool. And there's some something around the corner here too. So here we have this one is with another technique. This is like, is this painted?
Well, it's a little bit of everything. It's it was more of an experimentation with ink and just different materials that create texture.
Yeah.
And what I did was, I've always been working with spirals within my work, so I kind of combined both and just used different ink and pen, and just found objects that were laying around in my studio to just create the surface of it.
And there's a lot going on in the surface. You have you have a lot of stamps. Some of the stamps are pretty faint. In some places the ink is super thick and it's like kind of not ripping, kind of waving around in there in the middle. A lot of texture.
Yeah, the texture is something that I felt like it was interesting to have that contrast within the image itself. And by just using, like, I used like bottoms of cans and sponges, and I had some wire mesh like that. So it kind of just was more of experimentation, and from that the piece arose.
How did you decide what to enter into the show?
It's a good question. I kind of wanted to just show a little variety of what I did, working with different mediums. This piece was made because of the title. That was kind of the inspiration.
So you made this for this show?
No.
No.
I did not. This was made before, and then when we said, I was on the committee, we put the show together, and I was like, oh, I have an image that might work for them. Sorry, I should back up.
Yeah.
The other piece was one that I made for the show.
Oh, the Pearl Jam one you made for the show.
I'm glad that you knew it was Pearl Jam.
Well, people at home know that we already overlooked that one, but it did look like Pearl Jam. For a second there, I was like, I mean, I knew it was Pearl Jam initially, but then I was also like, is this Pearl Jam, or is this something? Is this something going on here that I'm?
And what's great about that is because I met people from Norway when I was there, and we hung out on the floor together and taking pictures back and forth, and we sent them after I left. So it was pretty kind of a group effort with the pictures it's taken. And I've taken pictures of this stuff tonight prior, and I'm going to be sending it to Echelon, where my friend lives, so he can be part of the show as well.
Oh, that's true. Well, thanks for talking to me about your stuff.
No problem, thank you.
Would you mind handing me off to another artist?
Oh my God.
Inflict the camera upon
that was
someone
weird
else.
To like talk. All right, let me see. Did you talk to Chris Cross?
I don't
talk to Chris.
All right. Thanks for talking. I'm Mike Benedetti. What's your name?
Christine Cross.
Chris, it's nice to meet you. Could you show me your art?
These two are my pieces.
What do you say?
These two here are my pieces.
Okay. And I feel like this one especially is not going to come across on television.
It's probably not because of the glare.
I think the glare, and I think also just the subtlety. There's a lot of subtlety happening here with these colors.
Right.
That there's no way this camera's going to pick up.
That's all right.
It is all right. I just mentioned this for the people at home who are looking at it, wondering what's going on. And I feel like subtlety, that color is what strikes me when I see that.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's sort of like a shroud, maybe. You know, with a little bit of history.
Yes.
Like people, we have histories, and we are multi-layered.
And it has like gold here that also feels like some sort of very old print. Something white here, which could almost be gold or could be paint falling off.
I think I enjoyed the sacred, or what people think is sacred.
Yes.
And I am spiritual, and it just comes out.
Are these?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, are these? So I mean, are there spiritual symbols that you recognize here, or these are what come out of you when you think about those things?
It's just probably me. I am a Catholic, so I have a strong Catholic influence, but I don't know if I deliberately take from that. Possibly, I always feel. Oh, I bet here I wrote a prayer.
Okay.
And I just pray for people who are on my mind.
Oh, well, yes. Yeah, so the names.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll just what's your name? I'm sorry.
Mike.
I would write, please watch over Mike, John, whoever at the time, whoever I'm thinking of at that moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I forgot now who it was, but.
That's terrific.
Yeah. So.
That's terrific. How did you get into teaching art?
I was going to be, initially I wanted to study biology.
Okay.
And I went to Worcester State, but I always loved art. And, but I thought it was unpractical.
Yeah.
And so one of my professors told me that he had a miserable brother who was teaching the deaf, but he wanted to act. So this man, and I can't even remember his name, turned my career around. I mean, I would always paint though, no matter what, but to be a teacher, to apply it for my livelihood is because of that person. And probably my mom too.
It's funny how those things go.
Yeah.
These little things can just have an avalanche effect.
Right. And I don't even know his name. But he was a counselor at Worcester State College.
Huh.
And he knew that something wasn't connecting for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And this does. This resonates with me, my life. So it feeds me in many ways.
Yeah. That's terrific. Well, thanks for showing me this. Would you mind handing me off to another artist here?
It's Paula.
All right. Could you introduce me to her?
And what about, this is my boss. This is a woman.
Hi.
You should do her.
No. Oh, I need to can I get your picture with next to yours? How about that?
She is our liaison. This is the head honcho.
No.
She knows what to talk. Who else could I talk to for TV? For cable access.
How about Anne Rakowski? She did the.
Where is Anne?
I will find it.
All right. I appreciate it.
Yes. Can I take your picture with your stuff? Yeah.
We're just sort of hanging out while they take pictures, negotiate guests.
1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on, I'm going to track that. I'm going to try to be more proactive about my guest finding.
You are right.
Can you find me one more
Yeah,
guest?
I certainly will.
All right.
Let's see. I think all the artists are hiding. Have you spoken to Terry Leary yet?
I don't know.
Oh, Alana, yeah, let's introduce Alana.
All right, great.
She also helped coordinate the show. She's over here.
Sure.
She did the beautiful expressionist paintings that are in the corner there.
Okay. Hi, can I talk? Good.
I'm Alana.
I'm Mike. Nice to meet you. Can I talk to you for a couple minutes for cable access TV?
Look at, we all did it.
You're
so
gonna-
and you can hold
You
your
got to
line.
take one for the team sometime.
What do I have? Oh, I said it was nice to meet you. I changed my mind.
Have a couple drinks and then you can answer all his questions again.
Okay.
Sorry, do you want to go
right,
over
where
and
do we go?
show me what you have here?
I can go. These are 3 of my paintings. And I use oil paints. And this I actually started because I love the color red in our backyard. We had these plants in our backyard, so I just started painting and painting that.
And these have birds. There's a lot of texture on this too. People at home, I think, can't see this texture that's on this painting. And these are all birds with a lot of red. This maybe is not a bird. This seems more abstract than a bird.
Yeah. Those are again inspired by the nature that's around us in our backyard.
Yeah. How did you decide what to enter for this show?
I think I entered. Well, these I entered because I love the color and I love oil painting. I also have a painting about Double Light in Wells, the rooftops in Wells, Maine, which is where I eloped and got married last summer. So
Wait, you have that painting here?
yeah.
Show me this other painting. I didn't.
I have somebody for you.
Oh, wait. I only got 3 minutes left,
Okay,
so.
okay.
I'm not into it.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah. That's me.
That's you. That's awesome.
So this is a painting to
Yeah.
commemorate your elopement?
Yes.
That's very bold.
Yeah, these are the rooftops in Wells where I eloped last summer. Yeah, at Double Light.
That's
I love it.
fantastic.
Yeah, that's like that surprises me. of
Really?
you. Yes. Yeah. That's awesome.
That looks
so
like a
what
really-
have you been up to? I saw you at an event coming into the museum, and you said, "Mrs. Lambert, do you remember?"
Here, let me just thank you for being on. I'll let you guys talk. Thank you so
you.
much. Thank you so much. And that's about all we have for the show today. There's a ton of art and a ton of good people who've made the art here at the Sprinkler Factory. Well worth your time to come out here this month. I'm Mike Benedetti. If you have any comments on the show, pieandcopy@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.